All right, welcome folks. We're going to do a quick tutorial on using Google Notebook LM. So basically, I'm over on a particular account. I'm actually going to Notebook LM. Click on that. That's going to click. And so basically, if you're in your Google account, whichever one you're in, that's going to pull up. And I wanted to swap over because the other one had a bunch of notebooks already. All right, so what you're going to come up with this. Now, if this is your first time coming in, it may give you the options to register for updates, etc., etc. You choose whether you want to do that or not. But we're going to create new. All right, and it gives you several options. You can post something from Google Drive, you can do a link, you can paste from text. And so you just basically decide what you're going to do and post from that. So what we would like to do for the AI working group is just take something about yourself and create a copied text. Now, if you do have a YouTube channel, you can post that. If you've got websites, if nothing else, you can go to like your LinkedIn profile and you can copy and paste that. Now, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a document and bring it over. All right, so basically all I did is I went over and asked my GPT to create a little overview of who I am, and I've copied that, and now I'm going to paste it. And it basically just is a little bit of information about myself. I'm going to insert that. All right, and so when you insert something, it says Jason Perry's entrepreneur and veteran with diverse background in construction, heavy equipment, etc., etc. So as you can see, it automatically pulls up some stuff. You can create frequently asked guides, study guides, etc. I'm not going to do that yet because I want to add just a little more information to this. And so I'm going to grab and I'm going to come back over to my chat GPT, and I'm going to copy and paste real quick. You can't see this, but I'm on another screen. I'm just going to copy and paste what it has to say about Icast Enterprises, which is the company that I founded. I'm going to go ahead and add one more. I'm going to click on copied text, and I'm going to put that right here, same as I did for the other, and I'm going to insert. All right, so based on that, what I'm going to do is I have all the sources selected, so both sources. I'm going to click generate right here at audio overview. Now this does take a few minutes, so I'll be back as soon as it's generated. Actually, I'll come back, and while that's generating, I'll show you. So basically you've got the summary. You can click on frequently asked questions, and it will generate frequently asked questions about whatever you have as its sources. All right, and as you can see, what is Icast Enterprises? What inspired the creation of Icast Enterprises? What does Icast Enterprises offer its members, etc., etc. Now, what you can do, that is now saved. All right, you can come back, go back to Notebook Guide. You can do a study guide, and just as simple as it did that, it will create a study guide. All right, and of course, I've got a lot going on in the background, a lot of windows open, but there you go. Within just a few seconds, it's done that. I'm going to come back over. I'm going to do table of content. All right, there's a table of contents of everything that I put in, and I'm going to come back and do a timeline. So I'm just showing you examples of everything that can be done. There's a timeline. All right, we'll go just a little bit further, and let's say that we wanted a briefing doc. So somebody reached out, wants a high level information about what exactly I have to offer. What is ICAST? There's a briefing doc. Main theme: empowering creators, both sources, structure, and etc., etc. All right, so as you can see, that's generated quite a bit of information fairly quickly. Now, another thing that you can do is you can actually have a conversation. So it will give you recommendations. So what are Jason Perry's core values and how are they reflected in his entrepreneur endeavor? So let's just go with that one. And based on the information that's provided, it will pull up information about myself and it will answer that question. So and once you've done this, here's the thing: you can click copy and then you can save to note. and it's going to create another note that has to do with that. Now you can go back to view chat. Again, what are different tiers of engagement? What are the primary goals of Icast Enterprise? Let's go with that one. And again, that quickly, it will give you information so you can copy that and save as a note also. And while we're waiting, again, you can come back to view the chat. You can see what you've come up with, and you can have questions about whatever the topic is. You can unselect and reselect however many sources that you want to provide, but basically we'll wait and I'll show you the generated audio file here in just a moment. All right, so we won't take a long time to do this, but what you can see now is this has generated a 19-minute and 9-second audio file. So I'm going to push play and let's listen to what it has to say.
Have you ever felt like the creator economy is this giant party that you weren't invited to?
Yeah.
You see all these people online building businesses and you think, hey, I could do that too. But then, where do you even begin?
Yeah.
Well, today we're going deep on Icast Enterprises.
Okay.
Which is trying to make that whole becoming a creator thing way less intimidating.
Interesting.
And trust me, the story of the founder, Jason Perry, is just as interesting as the platform itself.
It really is. When you hear about Jason's background, it's not the typical tech startup story. We're talking decades in construction, operating heavy equipment, even welding, then throw in his service in the Army National Guard.
Yeah.
And a 60% service-connected disability.
Okay.
You realize this is someone who understands a thing or two about overcoming obstacles.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, how does someone go from that world to launching a platform for online creators?
Yeah, that's right.
It's not the most obvious career path.
Not at all.
And so as you can see, it comes up with a pretty good audio file. And that's what we would like for you to do for the AI working group, is at least come in, set up your notebook, put in some information about yourself, and then just click generate audio. And it will eventually set that up. It took about 3.5 to 4 minutes after I had paused to generate that. But as you can see, I've got a 19-minute podcast that I could interact with. So folks, that's kind of the beginning of what we're trying to do with this little task. So if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know, and I'll try to answer them for you. And if you would like to have a copy of the 19-minute podcast, even before I create a YouTube video of it, just reach out to me in the messages, the comments, and let me know. And just comment podcast, and I'll make sure that I send over the link. We'll have to reach out. I'll need to get your contact information, but I'll be more than happy to send you a copy of that. I will probably put it in the description also. Or like I said, very soon I'll have a YouTube video that pertains to that podcast. Also, you heard me mention at the beginning of this that this video was an instructional video for the AI working group. If you're not familiar with the OpenEXO AI working group that I'm a part of, that's an international group that meets on Mondays, again, reach out to me, let me know, and I'll get you some information about that. But folks, that's what we're trying to do here at Icast Enterprises, is just help content creators figure out new tools that they can use. And obviously this is a wonderful tool. Anytime you can use an AI program to help just basically pull together a lot of information and compile it into summarizations, and then being able to create this audio that easy, to me, is a game changer. So just reach out to us. And if you've got any questions, feel free to, make sure you subscribe to the channel and just keep coming back for more. Have a good one.